Hey guys, welcome to Jack's Beautiful You. Today's video, we are going to do my March perfume tray. Of course, as always, I'm going to go through February's perfume tray and give you an update on those fragrances, how I feel about them. I did actually kind of change my mind about a perfume, which is why I do these trays, because then I can really experience my fragrances and really go through my collection and make sure that I truly feel the way I think I feel about these perfumes. This is a great way for me to get to know my collection. If you're new to these videos, I always pick out 10 fragrances to focus on every month, but I do a recap of the fragrances from before. So we have 20 in total fragrances to talk about today. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jackie. Thank you so much for clicking on my thumbnail today. I really appreciate you being here. And to my returning subscribers, thank you guys so much for all your continued support. I truly appreciate you. Without further ado, let's get into this video. All right, February's perfume recap. Let's start with the one that I don't know what's happening with this perfume, okay? So this is by Valentino and this is Donna born in Roma. This is a perfume that I absolutely loved. I still really love it. I mean, I do. Okay, let me put it this way. I really like it. But there was a time when this fragrance was like the moon, earth, stars, and sun to me. You know what I mean? There was a time when this perfume just meant so much to me because I did take this perfume with me on a trip to Florida on vacation with my husband. And this is the only perfume I had. I wore it all week, so it had really, and it still does hold really good memories. However, this past month when I wore it, I didn't love it as much as I normally do. It started to smell a little, okay, this is gonna sound, I love designer perfumes, okay? I have lots of designer perfumes in my collection and I don't really think that niche always equals better. Sometimes you can get more of a uniqueness with niche perfumes, but I still enjoy the easy reach designer perfumes as well. But this perfume is starting to smell a little too designer for me. The last couple of times that I've worn it, I haven't absolutely loved it like I used to. So I think my taste is changing. I don't really know, but I found it to be, honestly, I found it to be a little boring, which is something I have never thought of this fragrance before. And I found myself really not wanting to reach for it. I wore it a couple of times in February, and the times that I wore it, I just wanted to wear something else. It was nice, it was pretty, but it was just kind of boring. And I've never felt that way about this perfume before. So I don't know what's happening to me and my nose. I mean, I'm not trying to be a snob, okay? Like I said, I love designer perfumes. There's lots of designer perfumes that I wear that I absolutely love when I wear them. But I seem to be not feeling that way about this perfume. So this is a woody vanilla. It definitely has jasmine in here. So it's floral, it's got some black currant in the opening, it's definitely got some jasmine, and then it has like a woody vanilla dry down. I still think it's really pretty. I think it's really nice, it's really pretty. I get pretty decent performance out of it, and it still reminds me of my trip to Florida, so I kind of have conflicting thoughts on it because when I smell it, it reminds me of that amazing vacation that my husband and I took, but I also am starting to find it to be a little, I don't know, a little generic smelling, to be honest. So the verdict's out on this one. I don't know. That's how I felt in the month of February about this perfume. So I'll keep you updated and let you know if that changes. But so far, Valentino Donna born in Roma has been dethroned from a love to just a like. Okay, now speaking of a designer perfume that I absolutely love and I think is amazing, is by Givenchy, and this is Rouge, and this one's freaking amazing. I enjoy this one so much when I wear it. It is such a gorgeous fragrance. It's spicy and it has a lot of the original L'Entrée DNA in it, but it's a lot spicier, and this one's just so much more interesting in my opinion. Yeah, I love this perfume. Amazing performance on this fragrance. No issues there. This is a perfect date night, sexy date night fragrance. Just a 10 out of 10 fragrance. I love the bottle and I just always enjoy this one. So this is by Givenchy L'Entrée Rouge. Alright, by Kis Perfumes, this was the extra, this was the bonus that I put on my tray to layer with other fragrances that had marshmallow in it. This is Deliza de Marshmallow, and this is just a perfect marshmallow layering fragrance. This smells exactly like marshmallows. And if you love marshmallows like I do, this goes perfectly with other fragrances. It's beautiful on its own too. If you want to just straight up smell like sweet marshmallows, then this is it. And speaking of what I layered it with, by Parfums de Marly Oriana. Now, every time I wore this fragrance, I didn't always layer it with the marshmallow fragrance, but sometimes I did, and either way, I mean, I can wear this on its own or layered. I love Oriana. Oriana is one of my favorite Parfums de Marly. I think this is just absolutely beautiful. Raspberry, orange blossom, there's some muskiness, there's marshmallow, and there's also some chantilly cream in here as well. So it's got a lot going on. It's not just a gourmand. It has a clean feel to it, like a laundry dryer sheet feel, which I normally don't like, but in here I just think it's perfection, and I enjoy this one a lot. I get really good performance out of it too. I've told you guys a million times. Lots of people complain about the performance of Oriana. I have never had an issue. And yeah, this is just such a beauty. I love this. One of my favorite Parfums de Marly's, and I wear this one a lot. The other one with Marshmallow that I just love, the dent in here is getting low. It's getting real. This is by Kilian. This is Love Don't Be Shy, the extreme version. So normally I love to see dents in my bottles, but the dent in here is not my favorite, just because this is one that I have to have in my collection. I don't want to be without this. This is such a love of mine, so when I'm out of this perfume, I'm going to purchase another bottle, and I'm not looking forward to that purchase. But I'm still going to do it anyway, because I can't be without this perfume. This is absolutely delicious. So if you love Love Don't Be Shy, but you haven't tried the extreme version, just imagine Love Don't Be Shy with a lot of rose added in. And that's why I love it, is because it's less sickly sweet to me. I love sweet perfumes, and I love the original. I love the way that the original smells, but I definitely love this version. The rose in here just adds something extra to the perfume. It makes it smell a little bit more grown up to me, and layered with marshmallow, it just amps up the marshmallow that's already in here. So delicious. Delicious. This was not a great performing fragrance when I first got it, but now that I've had it for a while, it's actually pretty decent now. If I overspray and spray it on my clothes, it usually works out just fine. So that is by Kilian, Love Don't Be Shy Extreme. I was so happy to wear this. I love this perfume. Very polarizing, by BDK Pas Ce Soir. This is the OG. And this perfume is just such a love of mine. And it's funny because this has black pepper in the opening. And that is a note that I typically find to be a note that breaks perfumes for me. Black pepper, if there's too much black pepper in a perfume, I usually don't like that. But in here, I don't know why, but I just love it so much. The black pepper mixed with the quince works. It just works for me. However, I think that's the thing that doesn't work for a lot of people. There's white florals in here. There's also some woodiness in here. And this is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I just love it so, so much. But it is polarizing. If you've never tried Pas Ce Soir, don't blind buy it. It is polarizing. Some people absolutely hate it, and it is one that you need to test, but it is definitely one of my favorites. So that is by the House of BDK, Pas Ce Soir. Okay, this next perfume was absolutely perfect for February. I think I picked the perfect month. I enjoyed this one so, so much. This is by the House of Argos, Pallas Athene. This perfume is such a warm floral. It's a warm, ambery floral. It's got lots of different florals in here. When I first got it, I really picked out mostly rose, but now that it has sat for a while, I get a lot of the different florals in here. It's not just rose. So if you like floral fragrances, this has fruitiness in it as well. I think there's raspberry in here. It's fruity, it's floral, it's sweet, it's very warm and ambery, and there's a thickness to this perfume that makes it more of a cold weather or cooler weather floral fragrance. To me, this isn't something I could wear in the hot weather. It'd just be too much. It's very thick, dense, ambery warm. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's very sweet. There's some woodiness in here as well that I pick up on. It's a complex fragrance. That's how Argos is most of the time. Most of the time, Argos has a lot of notes in their perfumes. And sometimes it takes a while for all of the notes to start coming out. You know, you have to let them sit for a little bit, but the more I wear this perfume, the more, I mean, I loved it when I first tried it, but I love it even more now that it has sat. It is absolutely gorgeous. Fruity florals aren't that unique, but Argos does unique fruity florals. And I love Argos bottles. Performance is really good on this one as well. I have no issues. So I highly recommend getting your nose on this one. It is beautiful. So this is by the House of Argos, Pallas Athene. All right, up next was a beautiful date night scent. This was perfect for February because February is Valentine's. There's lots of date nights going on, and I was looking for something super sexy for date night. This is by Xerjoff La Capitale. This is beautiful. This is strawberry, caramel. There's some leather. There's some oud. I tell you guys all the time, the oud from Xerjoff is just an easy oud for me. I typically don't like oud, but I have been trying fragrances with oud in it from Xerjoff that I really enjoy. So I think the way they do their oud is just the way that I can handle it. It's really, really beautiful. And this one is super long lasting, great performance, very sexy. I love the contrast of the strawberry, the sweet strawberry and caramel in the opening, and the leather oud base. That contrast is just so sexy in my opinion. I love it. So that is by Xerjoff La Capitale. Okay, this next one I loved so much, so much in the month of February. I think it is like the perfect February fragrance. This is by Atelier Des Ors, and this is Pink Me Up, and these gold flakes are so fun. I love shaking the bottle and watching the little gold flakes swim around. I just think it's fun. And I just got this perfume. I only wore it this month, and I already put a dent in this perfume because I love it. I love it. And I don't know why, because it's not like it's some sort of super complex fragrance. Some people even say it smells like a designer perfume. I don't really, there's just something about it. There's just something addictive about this perfume that I love. No, it is not complex. No, it's not a masterpiece of a perfume, but I find this one to be super enjoyable. It is very sweet, very, very sweet. It has this really fun champagne note that I do pick up on. It's very fizzy. I love it. I love it. I love champagne. I absolutely love to drink champagne. Mimosas. I like mimosas without the orange juice. I can just drink champagne straight up. Like, I love it. And the performance was really decent. I had no issues. I could definitely smell this on me. I got compliments on this one too. It's very feminine. It's very girly. It's pink me up, you know? Like, literally, that's what this smells like. It smells like a burst of happiness in the color pink. And I think this is great. I'm so happy to have this. I love the bottle. I love the juice. I love everything about it. So this is by Atelier Des Ors, and that's Pink Me Up. All right, an extremely affordable and amazing perfume that I have been talking to you guys about for a long time now because I'm just so impressed with this perfume. And if you're on a budget and you don't want to spend a bunch of money on a perfume, this one I got for around $30, and it is such a good fragrance. I cannot recommend it enough. This is by Afnan Modest Dew. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance, very fruity, perfect for February because it's fruity, so it's not too gourmand, but it does have chocolate in it, which everybody loves chocolate in February, right? I mean, not everybody loves chocolate, I understand that, but a lot of people receive chocolates for Valentine's Day, so it just fits, you know? It fits, it's pretty, it's sweet, it's delicious. It's got a lot going on. It smells a lot to me like Lancome's La Nuit Trésor, but it is different. I own both. I love both, but they both have their differences. This has raspberry, strawberry, and cherry in it, so it's very red fruity. Love it. It's sexy, but it's playful. It's playful sexy. Really good performance, and the bottle's pretty nice for, I mean, it's glass. It's not bad. I mean, it's 100 ml for, like I said, I paid in the $30 mark for this fragrance, and it's just a beautiful, affordable gem in my opinion. I absolutely love this fragrance. So this is by Afnan Modest Dew. And last up for the month of February is by Carolina Herrera, and this is Very Good Girl. This is another designer fragrance that I absolutely love. Now, this isn't for everybody. Not everybody loved this one, but I think this is beautiful. I enjoy this one so much every time I wear it. I get really good performance out of it. I love the lychee and the red berries, or there's red currant, I think, in the opening. It's got a lot of rose. This is very rosy. I love rose. I'm a huge rose lover in my perfumes. This is definitely very rosy with a lot of vanilla. I love the combination of sweet and tart in my perfumes. So this is by Carolina Herrera, Very Good Girl. Alright guys, let's pick out 10 new fragrances for the month of March. We have by Amouage, and this is Love Tuberose. This is a perfume that I absolutely love. This is such a gorgeous tuberose scent. If you love tuberose, this is just a must try. The tuberose in here is just beautiful. It's a little on the bubblegummy side, but not too much. And it also has gardenia and jasmine in it, which I do pick up on the gardenia in here. So if you're not a fan of gardenia, you might want to test this first because it is here, but it's not too much. It's not overpowering to my nose, and it mixes really, really well with the whipped cream and vanilla. And then there's a woody base in here as well. It's beautiful. This is one of the less challenging ones from this house. This house can be challenging, but honestly, if you love tuberose and you love whipped cream, if you love white florals and kind of creamy lactonic fragrances, then I don't know, you're probably gonna like this one. It's not that challenging, and I just love it. I get decent performance out of it, and it is time to wear this fragrance because I think this is a perfect transition fragrances. If you're starting to crave those floral scents, you're starting to crave spring, but you still want a touch of a gourmand because this is a floral gourmand, but without it being too gourmand, you know, straight up fall winter gourmand. If you want that transition, this is a perfect one. So I think March is going to be the perfect time for this fragrance. So this is by Amouage, Love Tuberose. This one is new to my collection. I just got this in the month of February. It's definitely not a new fragrance, but it's new to me. This is by MFK, and this is Gentle Fluidity Gold. I cannot wait to wear this. I've been sneaking wears of it already, but I love this perfume, and I had dupes of it. I had fragrances that smelled similar, were in the similar scent profile that I just decluttered, and because I just wanted this. This is what I wanted. This was the true love, the object of my desire. And I think this is gorgeous. It's just absolutely feminine, beautiful. I think now's the time to wear it though. It's definitely got a lot of vanilla in it, so you know, I don't think I'm going to be wanting to reach for this one in warm weather. When spring hits here in South Carolina, it starts to get really, really warm, and then boom, it's summer. So now's the time. I think this has the potential to be a top 10 for life for me. We'll see. Let me wear it in March and we'll see if I know I love it. I know I absolutely adore this fragrance. I think it's beautiful. So this is by MFK, Gentle Fluidity Gold. Another fragrance that has the potential to be a top 10 for life is by the House of Tamine, and this is Peregrina. I'm putting this on my March tray because I also think this one makes a fantastic transition from winter to spring. It still has some gourmand touches. It has caramel in here, but the caramel is not overly thick and dense. This is definitely a rose perfume. It's very powdery, rosy, feminine, really good performance, absolutely beautiful. There's some white florals in here too, so I definitely get that florally vibe that I'm in the mood for when it comes to my spring scents, but it still has enough of that caramel in here and that ambery warmth to still be good for the days when it's a little bit colder here, when it's not quite springtime yet. Springtime does start in the month of March. I think it's March 19th is officially the first day of spring, but it is not quite spring yet. So transition perfumes are really good for this time of year, and I think this makes a perfect transition fragrance. So this is the House of Tamine, Peregrina. Okay, this next one, I wasn't sure where to put this one. I don't know where to put this one, so I'm going to put it here just because I think this might be a good transition fragrance. We'll see. It's brand new to my collection, and I haven't had a chance to really wear it since I got it, and I just want to wear it. So this is by Chanel, and this is Chance Eau Fraiche, the Eau de Parfum. So the Eau de Toilette I also own and love, but to me that is a straight up summertime perfume. That is my favorite summertime freshie of all time. Love that one. Love the Eau de Toilette. Never getting rid of that. But I love this Eau de Parfum version. This is a lot deeper, darker, with a ton of amber. And even though you get the citruses like you do in the Eau de Toilette, and you get that freshness and you get that woodiness, it's got such a warmth to it that it doesn't really seem to fit summertime for me like the Eau de Toilette does. But I don't know. I gotta play with this one. Now's the time. I think March is a good time to play with this, and I'll get back to you and let you know what I think. But so far, I love it. And yeah, I just need to get to know it just a little bit more, but I think it's a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. So this is by Chanel, Chance Eau Fraiche, the Eau de Parfum. Up next, we have a fragrance that needs no introduction. If you've been watching my channel, you know I adore this fragrance, and it is a top 10 for life for me. I need to update that video. I need to do a top 10 for life. I feel like I haven't done it in a while. I like to do it every like 6 months or so just to see. I think it's funny that it's called top 10 for life, but it changes every 6 months. My top 10 for life right now. This perfume has me in a chokehold, and it had me in a chokehold from day one. This is by Xerjoff, and this is Donna Bianca. This perfume, oh, I'm so excited to wear this. I love this perfume. It's my favorite Xerjoff. Is it my favorite Xerjoff? I always do this. I love the House of Xerjoff. I have to say, I think that Xerjoff is probably my favorite house of all. I have more success with the House of Xerjoff, and there are so many Xerjoff perfumes that have blown me away. And I think I own the most Xerjoff in my collection out of any other house. I think this is my favorite Xerjoff. It's so, so good. There's something so delicately beautiful about this perfume. This would be, I think, my wedding scent. If I were to I would never remarry because my husband is literally the love of my life. But if we were to renew our vows, I would choose to wear this to renew our vows. It is feminine, it is delicate, it has the most beautiful, like delicate, easy to wear, powdery vanilla in it. But the opening is just fantastic. It has kumquat and lime in the opening. I'm a big fan of lime in my perfumes, and kumquat and lime, somehow that combination is the most unique, citrusy feel to the fragrance that I have really not smelled in anything else. And then it has these beautiful florals. It has purple florals in here, which I think there's even violet in here, and I do struggle with violet, but not in here. The purple florals in here, that nothing's overpowering, nothing's sharp, nothing's harsh. Everything's just delicately soft and pretty and feminine and beautiful, and I adore the fragrance. The performance has definitely gotten stronger with time. This is my second bottle. As this perfume sits, it does seem to get stronger. It's never going to be super, super loud, but this is by Xerjoff Donna Bianca. Another fragrance that is absolutely not new, but new to me, I just purchased it. A few weeks ago, Joma Shop had a flash sale on Parfums de Marly, and I knew it was time to pick up Afnan. This perfume, I've already dipped into it. As you can see, there's a little dent in here. It wasn't on my tray. I was trying to be good. I was trying not to wear it because I knew I was going to put it on my tray for March. But I just, when you get new perfumes in your collection, you just want to wear them. And this is beautiful. I love this even more than I thought I was going to. I remember testing this one out a while ago and really liking it and putting it on my wish list. But, then other perfumes kind of came and got in the way, and this one kind of got pushed, and finally I said, you know what, I need this. And I'm so happy that I did, because I love it now even more that I have the full bottle and I can do the full, wearing experience of the fragrance. So this has some Love Don't Be Shy feel to it. It has that orange blossom definitely in here, but there's also jasmine in here. And it is sweet, but it's also mature. It's not overly sweet. It's definitely a more mature version of that scent profile, and the jasmine is definitely in here. So you have to like white florals in order to like this. If you want something in that scent profile that's more mature, more grown up, definitely check this one out. And I'm getting good performance out of this too. I was a little nervous about that. I had heard some people say this didn't have good performance, but I'm not experiencing that. I'm getting decent performance out of this fragrance, and I think it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's so springtime. Like, this is a March perfume. You know what I mean? This just screams March to me, so I cannot wait to really officially put it on my tray and start wearing it. This is by Parfums de Marly, Afnan. All right, a pretty affordable fragrance that I purchased for under $50. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but I know it was under $50. Is a fragrance I don't hear a lot of people talking about. I actually heard about this perfume from Claire Smith, and the way she described it, very fairy tale, whimsical, Alice in Wonderland kind of feel. I was like, I have to have this, and I just blind bought it, and I'm so happy I did. This is by Reminiscence, and this is Heliotrope. This smells like almond candies, marzipan. It smells like marzipan. It smells like marzipan goodness. This, I haven't worn this since last year because this is a very springtime perfume for me. This reminds me of spring. The bottle looks like spring, the color of the bottle, the scent reminds me of Easter. I think Easter is in March this year, so this is going to be my Easter scent for sure. This is absolutely beautiful, and it's such an affordable gem, and nobody talks about this, and I don't know why, because it's so, so good. If you love almond marzipan feeling fragrances, definitely check this out. It is very whimsical. Obviously it has heliotrope in it, hence the name Heliotrope. And it definitely has this like powdery whimsical feel to it. And I can see when Claire Smith described it, she said it kind of, I think it was a long time ago that I heard her talk about it, but I think if I remember right, she said it kind of reminded her of like Alice in Wonderland kind of feel and like fairy tale vibes. And I get that completely. That is exactly what this reminds me of, is just fairy tale vibes for sure. And yeah, I can't wait to start wearing this one again. I love it. So this is by Reminiscence Heliotrope. Okay, a brand new one to my collection is by Juliet Has, and this is Ode to Dullness. I purchased this in February. I blind bought it, and I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it because I really haven't had a chance to really wear it. So that's what I'm going to do in the month of March. I'm going to really wear this fragrance, and then I will report back to you and let you know how I feel. I thought I would love it because I love star anise and I love sandalwood. And I definitely picked both of those things up in here. I know I really like it. But I don't know if I love it. It's possible that I will. I don't know. I have to see. So that is Juliet Has, Ode to Dullness. Okay, this next perfume I'm foaming at the mouth to wear. I love this perfume so much. And this is also another contender for my top 10 for life because I love this perfume that much. This is by Bond No. 9 and this is Greenwich Village. I was really late to the game on this perfume. I didn't want to try it. I didn't think I'd like it at all because so many people said this smelled like Baccarat Rouge 540 and I don't like Baccarat Rouge 540. So I was not interested. However, I went to a Saks Fifth Avenue and I was sniffing around the Bond No. 9 counter and I thought, you know what, let me just try it. Smelled it and I was like, whoa, this is absolutely gorgeous. And I knew I had to have a bottle of it. So, I mean, I get where people compare it to Baccarat Rouge 540, but they're not the same. Not to me. To me, this is lychee, it's fruity, it's got some water lily in it. It definitely has more of a springtime feel to it. It is absolutely beautiful. I think there's some praline in here and it just smells so good. It's so feminine and it's sweet but not too sweet. It's got this musky feel to it. I think there's ambroxan in here and it's so good. It's just absolutely fantastic. This is one of my husband's favorite perfumes on me. He loves this perfume. I love this perfume. I get amazing performance out of it. I'm so mad that it took me so long to try this perfume because I love it so much. And I'm just really happy to have it in my collection. I am a fan of the bottles too. I know so many of you don't like these bottles. And your comments about the bottles are hilarious. And my husband hates these bottles too. So this is by Bond No. 9, Greenwich Village. Okay, last up is a fragrance that I'm not 100% sure where to put it. I don't know what season, and I really haven't had a chance to wear this perfume because I didn't know when to wear it. It's time to really get to know this fragrance. I've had it for a while now and I just haven't worn it a ton. I know I really love it. The few times I've worn it, I have really enjoyed it. But I'm still trying to figure out what season it's best for. So the perfume I'm talking about is by the House of Oud and this is Ruby Red. This perfume is just, it's so good. I love the ginger. I love ginger in perfumes. But sometimes I get confused when it comes to ginger because I never know if ginger is one of those spices that is supposed to be for fall. When I think of ginger, I think of like gingerbread. But this isn't like that. Doesn't smell like a fall perfume to me, even though sometimes I associate ginger with fall. But ginger can also smell fresh and spicy. It doesn't necessarily have to be like gourmand spicy. And I kind of get more of a fresh spicy with this fragrance. So there's ginger in the top, the mid, and the bottom of this fragrance. And so there's ginger and tangerine in the opening, and that tangerine is definitely there, and it gives me a springtime feel. And then it has tuberose and ylang ylang in here as well, which also gives me a florally springtime feel. There's more ginger in the mid. At the base, there's candied ginger, which could be more fall winter. But then there's vanilla and woody notes. So maybe this is going to be a good transition perfume from winter to spring, because it does have springtime vibes, but the base kind of has fall vibes. So I don't really know. I don't know how I feel about this perfume as far as when to wear it, but I do know that I love it and I think it smells amazing, and I love ginger. And if you're a fan of ginger, you definitely need to check this out. I went on this quest in 2023 where I was trying to find the perfect ginger fragrance, and I tried a lot of ginger perfumes, and a lot of them were good, a lot of them were nice, some of them not so much. But the one that blew my mind and that I loved was Ruby Red. But I held back on purchasing it because so many people had said the performance was terrible. But the times I've worn this fragrance, I don't have that experience. It's not like a beast or screamer, but I'm not having issues with the performance of this fragrance. I actually get pretty decent performance out of it. So I'm super happy to have it. I can't wait to play with it some more in the month of March. That is by the House of Oud Ruby Red. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Those are the 10 perfumes that I have chosen for the month of March, and I definitely want to hear from you. Have you tried these? What do you think of them? What are your thoughts and opinions on these fragrances? Do you like them? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions, even if they don't line up with my own, because I love to hear other people's perspectives, and it always kind of weirds me out when people get upset when people have different opinions. Of course, these are just opinions. None of these are fact. My opinion is absolutely not fact, and your opinion is not fact. It's just that. It's subjective opinion. So let's just have a fun and friendly conversation if you disagree with how I feel about these fragrances, and still remain friends. That's it, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you. If you did like this video and you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope everybody is having an amazing day, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye!